Trying to figure out which city in the East Bay is best for you and your family to live in? Well, you've come to the right video. The East Bay has a ton of options, all the way from Vallejo to Milpitas and everything in between, stretching from Brentwood to Antioch, Walnut Creek, Pleasanton, Dublin, Livermore, Tracy. All of these are considered technically the East Bay. So we're here to break all of the different cities down and which may be best for you when you relocate to the San Francisco Bay Area. We're going to be talking about commute patterns, outdoor activities, neighborhoods, schools, and of course, home prices. All of these things we're gonna break down right now. Hi, I'm Danny Burgess with Porchlight Bay Area, powered by eXp Luxury. My team and I help buyers relocate to the Bay Area every single week, and one of the most popular questions is, which city should I move to here in the San Francisco Bay Area? So I'm here to break down several cities and tell you what they're known for and my personal opinion on which one I think is the best. All right, let's start down in the south area of the East Bay with one of the more popular cities we talk about, Fremont, California. So one of the most convenient parts about Fremont is its geographic location, sitting right in between 680 and 880 with instant access to Dumbarton Bridge and going through the South Bay straight into the heart of Silicon Valley. Because of that, many of our tech professionals prefer Fremont or the cities surrounding Fremont like Milpitas or Newark because it is such an instant access to their office space. From a housing perspective, Fremont offers a wide range of options, but I would consider it on the higher end if we're just looking at East Bay as a complete region in itself. You'll find older, more established neighborhoods, homes being built anywhere between the 50s and the 80s here in Fremont, but one of the main things that people flock to Fremont for is its public schools, specifically the Mission School District. I'm going to drop the link for my YouTube channel that specifically discuss Fremont all in itself, so you can learn more about this specific city. Fremont, of course, also offers a lot of instant access to outdoor activities. One of my favorite parks is Mission Peak. You can hike all the way to the top of Mission Peak and have some of the most tremendous views of the Bay Area. So many buyers frequent Fremont because of its access to Silicon Valley, its great public schools, its outdoor space, and it's a little bit more drawn back than the rest of Silicon Valley because it's not right there on the footsteps, reducing the feel of hustle and bustle. All right, let's jump out to Pleasanton and discuss what the outer limits of the East Bay have to offer you. One of my favorite parts about Pleasanton is its unique and old town feel when you go to downtown Pleasanton. You'll find amazing shops, restaurants, and then a bunch of different outdoor events that they throw year-round in the Pleasanton area, making it a very charming, welcoming, suburban type feel. Of course, you'll be able to find single-family homes, condos, townhouses, anything your heart's desired here in Pleasanton. One of the things I will say is that you're going to find more square footage and more land because you are over the hillside looking at an area that's just a little further commute from Silicon Valley. So the further we get from Silicon Valley, the cheaper the houses get, the more square footage and land you will get. And Pleasanton is a good example of where you start to see that happening. Now, Pleasanton is positioned right outside of Silicon Valley, and it is a 680, 580 corridor. If we're talking about the freeways, those get pretty jumbled up in the traffic hours. So I would say something to think about if you're looking into the Pleasanton, Dublin, San Ramon area is the commute times and the traffic times. You can use Google Maps. You can plug in the hours that you're looking to commute in, and it'll tell you that direct time. Or if you're just not doing anything around 5 or 6 p.m., put those two addresses in and see what it looks like from a day-to-day basis. In addition, Pleasanton does have several parks, hiking trails, little rivers and streams that you can go hike around. It's a fun outdoor area. The climate does get a little warmer because you are over that hillside, so do expect less mild temperatures than if you were looking in the inner East Bay area in places like Oakland, Newark, Milpitas, Berkeley, Albany, where they're tucked against that bay and they get that nice breeze. All right, let's move down the 680 corridor to Walnut Creek. Another city that often gets brought up to me is Walnut Creek, so I wanted to include that in this video and talk to you a little bit about my feelings of Walnut Creek, its location, and what it has to offer. So the downtown Walnut Creek area is going to feel a little bit more like a bigger city. There's a lot going on. There's some commercial buildings. There's a ton of great restaurants, bars, entertainment spaces, but it is bigger. It does have one of the more bigger feels of the East Bay area. It is right outside of the Caldecott Tunnel, so you come straight through from Oakland down the freeway called 24. You pass through Orinda, Lafayette, Moraga, and you come to Walnut Creek, which then shoots you off to places like Martinez, Concord, Antioch, places like that. You're going to be driving right by Walnut Creek. It's really right at the heart and center of the access to the rest of the East Bay area. Very vibrant town, a lot to offer, but let's talk a little bit about the home prices. The home prices in Walnut Creek is going to be similar of what you're going to find up that 24 and 680 corridor. I would say it's a little bit more moderately priced than its neighbors of Danville Danville and San Ramon, but you still will be in the $1.2 to $1.6 million range as a starter single family home for something comfortable. And there are options for condominiums and townhouses as well in the lower price ranges. But of course, if you ever want to do a screen share with me, we can go market by market and break down all of this data as I've mentioned in my other videos. One of the things that I love about the East Bay, specifically Walnut Creek, is that it does have BART access. So you can hop on BART and get to the city pretty quickly. I really love that about Walnut Creek, as well as places like Pleasanton and Concord, that it does have the BART connection line that can get you all the way to Caltrain as well if you want to take another train out to somewhere much further than the Bay Area. But the BART connectivity is great in the East Bay, and specifically here in the Walnut Creek area. Outdoor activities are great in Walnut Creek. One of the most famous parks in the East Bay is right around the corner in Diablo State Park. That's a phenomenal park that you can look at, but you're going to find lively downtown areas, lots of entertainment, young, spirited vibes. Here in Walnut Creek, it's something you should check out if the East Bay is on your radar. All right, let's jump to a city that I've spent plenty of time in, Oakland, California. Now, because Oakland is tucked right on the other side of the Bay Bridge and it's right in the middle of the East Bay, it is the biggest and most sprawling city in the East Bay, and for good reason. You're going to find diverse housing, you're going to find waterfront properties, you're going to find a hillside that is one of the most stunning views you've ever seen of the San Francisco Bay Area. Parks, restaurants, bars, you name it, Oakland has it, and I've been to much of it. So if you are looking to potentially purchase in Oakland, you genuinely need to sit down with me so we can go over all of the amazing neighborhoods Oakland has to offer. Skip the media headlines about Oakland being a rough and tumble place. While there are neighborhoods that you want to avoid, most of Oakland is fantastic. It's very safe, and for me personally, it holds a special place in my heart because I grew up right across the bridge in Alameda, and of course I did live in Oakland for a few years after high school as well. And because of its proximity to San Francisco, it's one of the best commuter cities in the East Bay, smacked right in the middle of the 880 corridor. You have access to the Bay Bridge, you have of course the BART train, and you have the ferry system where you can hop on the ferry from Jack London, take a 25-minute ferry ride straight across the bridge into San Francisco. You can do that for commuting, you can also just do that for fun. I've been on it many times. They serve drinks, but it's a fantastic day out if it's just something that you're looking to have fun with and do. Oakland tends to attract the younger families, more urban lifestyle, people who are into arts, spirituality. It does have like a little Berkeley spillover as well because Berkeley is next door, but it really does attract more younger vibed crowd. I don't know how to describe it other than that. And of course, commuters who need access to maybe the South Bay as well as San Francisco. Maybe the husband and wife work different jobs. So it is just this really beautiful mash and melting pot of cultures and experience. All right, I'm gonna bring up one more city. It's in the super deep East Bay. It's called Brentwood, California. It is one of the newer built communities in the Bay Area. It's one of the last built communities in the Bay Area because it's right at the outer edge of the Delta. But if you're looking for newer build, more square footage, good schools, a more suburban and rural area, you should look at Brentwood. You should go check it out. Really cute downtown area, great community sense out there, and for a lot of people it reminds them of where they came from in other parts of America where it's not so crazy as the rest of the inner Bay Area. So I would say absolutely check out Brentwood as well. It's a secret little spot, I think, for remote Bay Area workers or maybe people who only need to go in 1 or 2 days a week. This could be a fantastic option. The other reason I love the cities near Brentwood as well as Brentwood is it does have access to get out of the Bay Area faster. So if you're looking to go to the mountains like the Sierras and go snowboarding like I love to do, it's one of those places that gets you away from the traffic and you can kind of just exit the area as fast as you can. All right, so how do you choose your favorite city, your go-to city, the city you decide to live in? I would say this, look, the East Bay is sprawling. There is so much to love. There's so much to understand. Couple really important things you should do. Number one, hop on a screen share with me. It's free. So ping me, say, hey Dan, I want to hop on a screen share with me and my spouse, or if it's just you, let's do it. Let's go pocket by pocket. We can go through the different things because there's just so many different cities the East Bay has. The other really important thing that you can do is just come visit and drive through all of the neighborhoods. Take a weekend and just do a tour day East Bay. Drive through the different downtown areas, get the feel of commute times, and just understand what vibe suits you and your family right now and where you can see yourself living for 3, 5, 10 years. All right, so if you're thinking about moving to the East Bay, don't hesitate to call, text, email me anytime. Most importantly, please download my free resource, our relocation guide. I also have a wonderful Bay Area buyer's guide, which talks to you about how to navigate the buying process with contingencies, bidding over, and all the data and stuff that goes behind that. It's a very challenging market. market. It's completely different than the rest of the country and how we do business. We move fast, but we have to move deliberately so we don't make any mistakes. And if this video was helpful, please drop a comment, please subscribe, show me some love so we can continue growing this channel and I can keep educating our relocating buyers to the San Francisco Bay Area.